Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Seth here. It's presently 9:43 a.m. It is too early to kill kings, but it is the right time to create gods. So, anybody that listens to this video and understands the concept will become a reality creating juggernaut, or if you prefer, Jagannatha. Because a juggernaut is a jagannatha. Juggernaut stems from the word, the Indian Sanskrit word Jagannatha, king, King Jagannatha, God Jagannatha, or King Jagannatha, whichever you prefer, is a juggernaut. It's actually a race. Juggernauts or Jagannathas or juggernauts are actually a race of a Indian gods, and they're pretty cool and they're powerful. um, and they do represent. Um, they're kind of like those like I don't know. It's kind of like Street Fighter. You know, like Akuma. Basically, Akuma is what be like. Akuma comes from a line of fighters. If you ever watch the Street Fighter movies, it explains to you that the Satsui no Hado were actually a race of karate guys that was just like pure rage, pure fighter instinct, pure murderous fighter instinct. So basically, Jagannathas would be the exact version of that, but they're not bad guys. They're actually good guys. Um, so, anyways, King Jagannatha is actually pretty powerful. I pray to him sometimes. Well, not pray, but I meditate to him, from time to time. Not always. I'm not gonna lie. I should probably meditate. I should probably do more Jagannatha mantras. Um, but I don't. For no particular reasons. Um, so I made a short. I made two shorts, two specific shorts. And in those shorts, if you haven't seen it, um, I dictate that the reason, if you there's a phenomenon that has been going on since the early 70s. It was established in the early 60s. It was established in the early 60s because of um, Vietnam War and basically FBI, well, basically LSD project, the LSD project, the nerve gas. I think they call it yellow cake or something that they used to spread orange. It was like an orange chemical that you used to spread in the jungle of Vietnam that would make everybody go crazy, including American soldiers. It would make American soldiers go in a frenzy, in a killing frenzy. Um, and it would they would also when they realized that the American soldiers would not only kill um, the Vietnamese, they would also kill their own soldiers. I think they just decided to just bomb um, Vietnamese soldiers with this chemical, which would obviously make the Vietnamese kill themselves instead of the opponent, um, the Americans. So anyway, started there, and then the LSD project and everything. Basically, MK Ultra, which resulted in this thing, which they have perfected in the 80s with the Heartbreak Hotel operation, um, in Atlanta. So they perfected it by using prostitutes and injecting stuff in people's drinks, or cocaine, or, well, basically the drug of use, the drug of choice. They would, try to find. They would give um, these supplements to hookers in brothels, and the hookers would put those things inside of the person's drugs or drink, The person would drink it, and then they would study that person. Um, so basically, this is the earlier version of what we call MK Ultra, or the earlier version of what we call targeted individuals. And this has been done all over North America and the United States. So Canadians were affected by it too, even back in the 70s, just like the Americans are affected by it. And for some reason, this was, I think, this was all worked on in California, and there's a lot of Californians that are affected by this chemical substance that they use on their own people. So a lot of people like, and I'm I'm speculating that they use it a lot in California, because when I was doing targeted individual videos last year, 2 years ago, when I was making targeted individual videos, targeted individual, I used to call my videos the targeted narcissist, um, because I love myself. Not because I'm a narcissist, because I'm narcissistic, not a narcissist. Um, you know, so I was talking about those things, um, and a lot of Californians would end up on my channel. Like a lot of Californians would end up in my channel. There's a lot of Californians that would end up, watching some of these videos. So I speculate that there are still experimenting on Californians, and I'm suspecting that um, one of their major bases of operation is probably in California. Um, Unfortunately for California, and fortunately and unfortunately for California, everybody that's important lives over there. so, so there's a lot of scientists, there's a lot of techno dudes, Silicon Valley, yeah, whatnot, right? So it is not crazy to think that they would be the perfect target for things of that matter. Um, Now, this is purely, now we just said the purely scientific version. This is the purely scientific version. This is like the conspiracy theory version of what is going on. The other side of the story is that it's way deeper than just science. This is way deeper than just science. It's way deeper than just chemicals. It's way deeper than just people, taking drugs. Um, the reason why you are targeted, the reason why you're targeted is because um, they target you because you are God. You are God. And the thing is, the God of the Bible does not exist, right? Well, he exists, but he's not your God, right? And I have to put a disclaimer here before I continue on, because then you're just going to be confused, especially if I call myself Lucifer on certain videos and things like that. I have come to the conclusion that I don't need Lucifer, I don't need Satan, and I don't need God. I am beyond these two things. I'm beyond these thought forms. I'm beyond these spirits, which I am truly. I am something that is way older than God. So basically, this has been going on since 3,000 years ago, since Jesus was around. And we don't know what the true teachings of Jesus was, because um, the Bible lied about a lot of things and changed a lot of things. So we are unaware of the truth that what Jesus really represented, right? So we must forget that too. But for people that have actually read the Bible and that actually try to be like Jesus, or to respect Jesus as a whole, in the best of their ability, some of you guys are capable and do understand these concepts and are capable of miracles. There's a lot of people walking around town that are capable of miracles. They're capable of these things because they think that they understand the Bible. But the thing is, it's not you that understands the Bible. It's the Bible that understands you, more or less. And the Bible is God is basically flipping the table, like flipping the table on you. Basically, it's imitating you, you know. And in the targeted individual thing, there's a lot of people do complain. One of the main things of targeted individual is identity theft, right? So a lot of these guys that consider themselves targeted individual understand that these things are entities, and these entities are trying to steal their identity. But the thing that most people don't understand is that it's not just a thing trying to take your identity. It is God Himself that is trying to take your identity, whatever that whatever that thing is. You know, um, Lucifer is not trying to take your identity. This is the reason why more I was inclined to follow the teachings of that Lucifer had, because I don't know everything. I was born yesterday. I might be older than time itself, time immemorial, but I don't remember these things. My consciousness doesn't go that far. I remember some things. You know, this is the reason why I can create magical weapons. This is the reason why I have so much wisdom. This is the reason why I have so much knowledge. But I don't remember everything. So I need a I need I need a mentor to teach me and to expand my thoughts and mind in order for me to remember who I am. In order for and I can't create my own apotheosis. You know, I can't create my own apotheosis, and even if I do, I need to read. You know, I need knowledge. I need gnosis. You know, so this is the reason why I took Lucifer as a mentor instead of God, right? Because God is evil, and Lucifer it just is. You know, he exists. Um, and he's Lucifer is not a hypocrite, right? So, but that doesn't mean that you need Lucifer in your life necessarily. You don't necessarily need Lucifer in your life. Um, what you need to know is that you are a being that is older than God, and God only took things from you and created his own version of apotheosis, which is a lie, which is a bold faced lie, because you know more than God. You are more than God. You are actually the God that the Bible talks about. But you might not be aware of that because you keep believing that the reason why you feel so special, the reason why you're capable of doing the things that you're capable is because of God. But that's not true. You were born this way. You don't need God. You never needed God. You don't need the Bible either because it's in your DNA. It's in your bones. It's in your DNA. It's in your consciousness. You can't. You were born like that. I was born this way. I never needed the Bible. I never needed God. I didn't need to follow Jesus. I already knew I already knew I had to treat my. I already was a good person when I was born. I was not born inherently bad. I was born inherently good. I became bad later because my goodness is not accepted in society, as above, so below. Because my goodness is not accepted in society. So I had to create a persona to defend myself against all these evil people, right? And it's not that people are evil per se, but people do tend to backstab, be hypocritical, be hypercritical, you know, basically hurt people's feelings. People love to hurt other people's feelings. People love to mess with other people. People love to take things from you. They like to steal things from you. They like to make sure that you don't get things. That's what people are. So because of that, our goodness is smothered, or you have to smother the goodness. Well, you can stay there and just take it. Some people do. Some people just sit there and take it. They just turn the other cheek. But, at some point, sometimes you have to defend yourself. And defending yourself means you have to do a bad thing. You have to hurt something. You have to hurt a person's feelings. You have to damage somebody's ego. You have to cause probably physical damage to something somehow, break things or whatever, whatever the situation may be. Regardless of what the situation may be, at the end of the day, you have to do something bad in order to, defend yourself against another person trying to do bad to you. So, because if somebody puts you in a chokehold, it's either you die or you punch them. So it's really your choice. So if you really want to be about that turn the other cheek life, you're gonna die, right? If you don't want to die, you're gonna have to be mean. You're gonna have to do something bad, which is hurting him. So you're gonna have to start punching if you don't want to die. So anyway, long story short, long story short, most of us are born with a good heart, or born with a divine heart, or born with a divine heart. It's more than just having a good heart. It's a divine heart. It's a pure heart, right? So most of us are born like that, and we think it's God that gave us that. It's not God that gave us that. God gave us nothing. We gave him everything. He gave us nothing in return. And he will not give you anything in return. And there's no one on the planet that can say, that consider themselves a targeted individual, or that consider themselves divine, that can say that God gave them something back in return. And that's just not true. It doesn't. And if somebody tells you that, he's probably Illuminati, because God doesn't give shit to no one. Period. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you ask. You know what I mean? Like period. So that's why I don't hang around. That's why I don't hang around certain Christians. I don't hang around Christians, and there's certain, I can talk to a Christian, but there's certain Christians that I just stay away from because they're lying. They're liars. They'll come around. You'll have this guy that will come around and try to tell you that, oh, God did that and this did that and give me this house. Bullshit. They're trying to waste your time. They're trying to waste the time. They're trying to waste your time. They're trying to convince you of a lie. And, that's why I don't hang around certain people like that, So the thing is, because a lot of people don't have the confidence that I have. So I'm going to say but when I say I actually mean we. But get it, live the way you want to live. That's your business. But I'm still considering you part of this thing. But I'm still gonna say I, right? So I am something much older than God. I'm something much older than God. I'm much older than magic itself. I'm older than magic itself. I'm older than God. Okay, this is the reason why I'm capable of doing these things. This is the reason why I'm made. I am the way that I am. This is the reason why things that happen to me. This is the reason why I'm targeted, basically. And these guys already know this. Obviously, these guys are these Romans that live out here. These Jewish Romans, these Jewish Catholic Romans. That control the world know about these things. They know about the gods. They know who the gods are, and they know what a god is, right? That's why they keep changing words and making spells to they're making spells to keep you in a box in some way or form. Like they're constricting our energy. They're constricting our powers. They're constricting our abilities, our capabilities. They're constricting us by using spells and little rituals and magic tricks and a lot of things. They're using a lot of weaponry against us. They're using a lot of weaponry against us. There's a lot of weaponry that they use against us. They use the media, they use chants, music, video games, uh, people, family, friends, neighbors, you name it. They. That's why they're everywhere. They want to have absolute control over people's souls. A soul is not something that is immutable. You can create a soul and you can become a soul. You don't have to be the soul that you are today. You can change your soul. A soul is interchangeable. So it really doesn't mean anything, right? But once you understand that you are doing magic, you're doing alchemy, you're doing something, you're a god. You're doing something that's far beyond uh, the capabilities of what people consider what a human is, um, which I don't think exists. Humans don't exist. Like, the only thing that exists are gods. We're all gods. Anyway, so or we're all children of gods. And this is how they change things. Children of God. You are a children of God. No, that's not true. You're not a children of. You're not. None of you are children of God. We are children of gods. Like we come from a specific God. Like, you gotta be aware of your birth chart. I don't do astrology, but I know a little bit about, I know what my star is. I know that since I'm born on April, that I'm an Aries, and I know that Aries is represented by the planet Mars, and I also know that um, the planet the how do you say, the uh, encompassing energy of that is represented by the star Altar, right? So I'm Altar, I'm Mars, I'm Aries, and I'm me, right? So I was born under that God, that specific God. And because of that, there are other things that are, there's a plethora of things that are connected to that, right? So I am this child of a God. I'm not a child of God. I'm a child of a God. I was born from this, like my mother, of course, brought me here, but my mother had sex on a specific day. She had sex on a specific day, and the numbers, the mathematics, people don't do mathematics when they have sex. People don't like having sex. You don't have to do mathematics to have sex. But if you're going to have a child, you have to know, like, you don't have, well, it's your choice. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. But don't be surprised when you have a prophet on your hands. Because the truth about parents, because parents were young once, so they know what we know. They just won't say it. They won't say it because they know the consequences of saying those things, right? And they don't want you to be poor for the rest of your life. They don't want you to be attacked by people. They don't want you. The reason why they're lying to you is because they love you. That's why they're lying to you, because they love you. But your parents are lying. At the end of the day, your parents are lying to you. They know very well, that you're the son of a God. They know what I know. It's just knowing what I know. It just like the tablet of Thoth says, it's kind of like you're like, knowledge is a curse, right? So it always feels like you're cursed when you know too much. When you know too many things, it feels like you're cursed, right? For many reasons. So they don't want you to feel cursed. They don't want you to live your life feeling like you're cursed and feeling like your shit is hopeless and nobody understands you, and you'll never be with everybody, and you'll never have children, and you'll never blah blah blah, because that's how it feels like when you know this amount of knowledge. When you have this amount of knowledge, that's how it feels like. It feels like you'll never make it. It feels like people hate you. Like nobody can understand you. And it's not a nice feeling. It is not a nice feeling at all. So our parents just blatantly lie to us. They just act like they don't know shit. They act like they don't know shit because they've been there. They've seen this before. So, but most of us, and it's not everybody, some people are just blatantly just ignorant about everything, so they just blatantly don't know. Of course, there's people that just don't know, but don't underestimate your parents. You might know a lot of shit, but don't underestimate your parents. Your parents are some of our parents are aware of this, and the reason why is because the reason why they act the way they act is because they have a job and they want to keep the job. like like they have a job and they want to keep the job because that job is what's putting the roof over your head and food on the table and whatnot and whatnot, clothes on your back and shit like that. So you know um so tell your parents thank you instead of dissing them. But your life is going to be lonely, unfortunately, whether you like it or not. Your life is going to be lonely, and if you're endowed with apotheosis, the only thing you can do is gain more power. The only way to make it out is not by going through the only way to make it out of this situation is by continuing down the road and not trying to exit where you came in, because that exit is blocked. So, officially, what I mean? That exit is officially blocked. If you are a person that feels any shape or form the way that I just said, the entrance is blocked. So you can't go back from where you came in. So you're going to have to go down the rabbit hole. You're going to have to go down the rabbit hole. You don't have a choice. You are now Alice, and you are now stumbling down the rabbit hole. And Alice didn't go back. She didn't try to go back up the hole. She didn't go get a ladder and be like, motherfucker, what I mean? I'm getting out of this motherfucker. Fuck that. No, she kept going. Because that's the only way to go. The only way to go is forward. You can't go back. So, we are gods. We are gods. We are something beyond, and I'm talking specifically about targeted individuals. I am a god. I am beyond magic. I am beyond these entities called gods and Satan and demons and whatnot. Like I said before, I am the God Father. I am the father of the gods. I am the father of the gods. Okay, maybe not everybody is like that. That might be an over exaggeration, but in my case, that's who I am. I am something much older. I am darkness. Light stems from darkness. Without darkness, without nothing, without no thing, there couldn't be a thing, right? Without zero, there couldn't be one. You have to start from zero in order to have one. So most people are ones, and some people are zeros, and that creates life. This is the simulation. This is why life feels like a simulation, right? Because codes, just like in the Matrix or in a computer, that's how a code is built. That's how, so some people are zeros and some people are ones. And you put those two together and it creates life. So we all need each other at the end of the day. So we need ones and we need zeros. But the thing is, the ones, there are certain ones that are attacking zeros, right? They don't like zeros. They don't like the number zero. Some ones don't want other ones to know about zero, right? Do you hear the spell? Do you hear the spelling? Some ones doesn't want other ones to. Are you listening? Hello? Is this thing on? Anyways, so I'm a zero. I am a no thing. I am before. I am what comes before. So I was gonna say something else, but I forgot, and I'm gonna stop the video right here. I think that's enough information, anyways, for today. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.